All these elements made Tangier at once exotic and accessible, bewildering and familiar, frightening and delightful. Over the years, Tangier's reputation as an affordable Sin City would attract writers as diverse as Joe Orton, Tennessee Williams, William Burroughs, and Jean Genet. All of them came for the boys, and a few for the drugs. Fewer still for the culture. Bowles had a few affairs with women, and married the talented writer Jane Auer, herself a lesbian. His physical puritanism was coherent with the almost dandified distance he maintained from other people. This very remoteness, paradoxically, made a traditional society strangely attractive to him, one in which few people prized privacy, and conformism was more esteemed than individuality. Perhaps as an American, renowned for his aristocratic good looks, provided with a small income and a small degree of international celebrity, he experienced his solitude all the more markedly in contrast with the poor Moroccan herd. To be sure, as the years went by and he made Moroccan friends and learned to speak and even translate from Maghrebi, the local form of Arabic, Bowles came to see his Tangier acquaintances as highly nuanced individuals. But the initial impression had been one of faceless, interchangeable people. As he, the consummate loner, surprisingly wrote of Morocco, "Here, for the first time, I was made aware that a human being is not an entity, and that his interpretation of exterior phenomena is meaningless unless it is shared by the other members of his cultural group." Bowles, who'd always prided himself on his independent spirit, suddenly saw the attraction of sinking into the collective culture. After 1947, Tangier became Bowles' permanent home for the next half-century until his death in 1999. From time to time, he would travel to Europe or to Southeast Asia, where he owned an island, but seldom to the United States. Perhaps his very lack of visibility in America accounts for his having been forgotten for so long in the land of his birth. Only shortly before his death did Bertolucci's film of his first novel, The Sheltering Sky, and a concert in New York of his most substantial music bring his name back to the attention of the American public. He may have made Tangier his home, but his attitude toward it wavered. In letters to his friend, the American writer-composer Ned Rorem, Bowles takes a lightly disparaging but resigned tone in referring to his adopted city. In 1973, when he is 63, Bowles writes Rorem, "What I want is not tranquility, as you put it, and not happiness. Merely survival. That seems enough to hope for. Too much at times. The attitude of a nonagenarian, of course, but no less valid for that. Life needn't be pleasurable or amusing. It need only continue playing its program. Everything goes well here in the vacuum of Tangier." To be sure, he had a reason to take a bleak outlook. His wife Jane had just died in pain and mental collapse in a clinic in Malaga, Spain. At other times, he seems to glory in the sinister side of Tangier. He writes, "I relish the idea that in the night, all around me in my sleep, sorcery is burrowing its invisible tunnels in every direction, from thousands of cinders to thousands of unsuspecting recipients. Spells are being cast. Poison is running its course. There is a drumming out there most nights. It never awakens me. I hear the drums and incorporate them into my dream, like the nightly call of the muezzins. Even if in the dream I am in New York, the first Allahu Akbar effaces the backdrop and carries whatever comes next to North Africa. And the dream goes on." Like a child longing to be scared, Bowles delights in the weird and unsettling aspects of Tangier, but whereas a child feels an excess of excitement and then seeks a reason to be frightened, one has the impression that Bowles truly is a dreamer. Detached, almost numb, dimly registering outside signals, but incorporating them into his dream narrative. And the dream goes on. Bowles seems to take a ghoulish relish in how bad things can get. A posture